When I watch nature, I sometimes said how to get those colors, how to see, get this feeling, and how not. The knowledge that there's a greater power that has produced all this. That's why I thank God for being able to find that feeling, and because now I make my living from what I like to do, which is very difficult in this country, more so in the arts. Now I understand why I paint like this, why I get those colors. For having been born and raised in Tocopala until I was 12 or 13 years old. See, Tocopala is a mining area in the highlands between Tacna and Moquegua. The colors in itself, nature, the contact with it. I remember I used to go to a big rock to watch the sunset, or go to another place to see a snow-crowned peak. Located at my left, which emerged from a sea of clouds and the colors over the peak at sunset. Or at night, just sit on the floor to watch the stars and enjoy. Those things became part of myself and made art something very important to me. My father could draw nicely. I remember that my mother used to show me some drawings he made for her when they were starting their relationship. Letters with little birds. Then drawing and painting was an activity because I was there in this isolated place. Once at the end of elementary school, I made some drawings, and I was very happy with them. I started to show them to my father, my mother, my siblings. Very happy. Look what I did. Nobody paid attention to me. This was like a challenge, as to demonstrate there was something in me that I could do well. When I came to Lima at 13, due to my father's decision, we all came. It was a completely different environment. At that time I lived with my sister, but then we moved to Chosica. But the environment here is totally different. City side, there's no countryside. Everything's grey. I applied to the university, and thank God I got into electronics engineering. I was looking for something to do, looking for what to study. I was accepted in San Marcos University. On vacation, I applied to the School of Arts of Lima when I was doing my fourth semester. I remember, and I was accepted, thank God. I barely passed the drawing test. They didn't give me the knowledge test because I had entered university already. I knew there was going to be an impact with my family. Unavoidable. The electronics engineering profession was one with a great future in those years. But there was something in me that stopped me from looking for something further, to what I already had. And that's what made me make the decision to apply to the school. In spite of everything. Hiding from my family, I only told them when I was already accepted. I remember when I was accepted, I said, "Mom, I've just been accepted at the School of Fine Arts. I will take painting." My mother and siblings who lived with me almost hit the ceiling. They said I was going to starve. How could I desert such a good profession with so much future? How could I throw away 4 years of studies? The school is very demanding. I started at 7 a.m. in anatomy class. I remember. Then from 9 to 1 painting, from 2 to 4 I had art history, 4 to 2 I had sociology, from 6 to 9 drawing. There were 7 for practice, 4 in the specialty, and 3 for drawing at night. So I had to make a decision, university or School of Fine Arts. I commuted every day from Chosica to Lima. From Chosica to Lima is about an hour's ride. There were many times that I spent the night at the school, sleeping, hiding from the watchmen. I would tell my friends to close the door and stayed inside and slept. I used to wake up very early and took full advantage of my day. Those were days of glory for me because I took full advantage of all the time I could, painting. You know, I have the happiness of childhood in me. Sometimes my nephews say that I'm very playful with them, that I'm a child with them. That's not the happiness I have. Making toys, dolls, making teddy bears, customized or not, allowed me to express myself. And it was a pleasure to do it. I use a lot of jewel-type warm and golden colors that, aside from being very expressive, are decorative and mix well with everything. Glasswork, I investigated Tiffany's comfort a lot. That was another challenge to me, how light passed through the glass and illuminated all the space. The light that comes from behind, the idea, the challenge was how to reflect that. That light that comes from behind the glass, reflected on the canvas, white, 2 dimensions. It was a challenge. But I think I have accomplished that. I'm still working on this subject. It's still a challenge because I still have some things to achieve. But I have not stopped developing different subjects, as I say. When I work on a subject, I try to investigate in order not to do it in a random way. This theme is the circus. I've been developing it in a personal way. It's more creative. It's more like a part of myself. Let's say a creative theme of my own. Polishing techniques of bronze, of crackling of texture. I sometimes look at my process, and the previous 5 ones to this are completely different. I've been adding or deleting elements, adding or deleting techniques, innovating within the circus theme. And to many of my works, of the characters over the pictures for example, I sprinkle those pebbles that give a more personal edge, and a more allegoric motif of what happiness is. And in a way is homage to such a special character. I use a lot, for example, of mimes, harlequins, jugglers, high wires. That the spectator, one, gets into the picture, be part of the scene, as I was explaining before, that lives the scene, but that in addition feels the music I feel, that they sense the atmosphere that I sense, that they sense that magic feeling that circus is, that takes you to unsuspected places, that opens your imagination, that awakens you to those things that, in this fast society that we live, we don't stop to enjoy the little things we have. Furthermore, to the anecdotic of the scene, that could sometimes appear to be so simple, there's a hidden message. There is a spirit that I'm giving that I want people to understand, to live it, to enjoy it, to refresh with it, have fun, feel the music, dance and sing, and at some point feel that he is the juggler, the character that is part of the scene.